with the Oscars coming up, I've decided to review a few of the Oscar movies that are up this year, and the one of them I'm going to be tackling is Get Out, the horror movie written and directed by Jordan Peele. Now, if you don't know, I love the show Key and Peele. That was one of the funniest shows in a very long time. And I know a lot of people were sad to see it go, but I felt like it was the right time for Key and Peele to end because the show was at its peak, and I've seen too many times where a show has a once great show just declines in quality until it turns into complete shit. I've seen that happen too many times, so I'm kind of glad Key and Peele ended where it was. I loved the movie Keanu. I thought that movie was really funny. So when I heard that Jordan Peele was going to be writing and directing a horror movie, I got interested. Like, this sounded so fascinating. Uh, I mean, the trailers weren't really all that great, but when I saw Get Out, I was blown away. I've thought long and hard about this. This is one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Like, hands down. For me, my all-time favorite horror movie will always be The Shining. I feel like The Shining is the pinnacle of horror movies, but Get Out can be put in that conversation at least. Like, God, and I know some of you people are going to be out there saying, you're just drinking the fanboy Kool-Aid. Well, you know what? Fine, give me that Kool-Aid. I want that. Like, let me tell you about what Get Out really is about. It's about this black man named Chris and this white girl named Rose. Now, these two are in a relationship, and she wants to take him to meet her parents. And he's a little bit nervous about that because he's like, they're going to be okay with us dating. And she's like, don't worry about it, it's going to be fine. Once they do get to the house, Chris notices things that just don't really seem right. For some reason, the black people are acting very weird and very stoic, like, hi. And it seems like the parents, or at least the dad especially, is just trying too hard to buddy up with Chris. There's even a really funny joke involving Barack Obama that I like. It's really funny, and that's another thing I love about Get Out. Get Out is it is for the most part a dramatic horror movie, but however, there's a lot of humor sprinkled in this movie. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a straight up comedy, but there is some humor. There is some very clever humor sprinkled in throughout this movie, and I just dug it. The jokes were so funny, especially the jokes from Lil Rel Howery. My God, this guy is when it comes to comedic relief sidekicks, this is one of the best out there. He's right up there with what's his name, T.J. Miller from Deadpool. Regardless of what the actor did, I mean, we're talking about the character. This is Lil Rel Howery's character in this movie is so funny. I wouldn't say this movie's really scary, and that's not a flaw. I'm just telling you, for me, the movie wasn't really scary per se. It's just fascinating because the more this movie just unravels itself, the weirder it gets. But really, in a weird way, the more engaging it gets. You're just fascinated by how all this is going down. And it's just so clever. I don't want to give away spoilers in case you haven't seen Get Out, but God, it's just so hard to explain. It's one of those things where you actually have to watch it to really grasp what I'm praising, because I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say about that. It's just so strange, but yet so clever. And let me talk about Daniel Kaluuya's performance. Daniel Kaluuya is magnificent in this movie. He is absolutely incredible. There's one scene where he basically has to act in a weird variety of emotions, like trying to be trying to laugh, so like to I'm trying to think, like sort of lighten the mood, but yet also crying, yet also scared, yet also confused. This one scene that I'm talking about, he has to do all these emotions, and yet it comes off so beautifully. It's so amazing, and he's well deserving of the Oscar nomination for Best Actor. I still think Gary Oldman should win, though, but I'm glad Daniel Kaluuya is nominated. And yeah, that's really the thing about Get Out. It's just so clever with how everything unfolds. And another thing I love about Get Out is that, like, it raises so many interesting questions about ethics and about racism, or maybe even non-racism. It's just weird, like this weird conglomeration of things. In fact, in order for me to really get into this, I'm going to put a little spoiler warning here. Just mute it. I'm not going to put up any images. Once you see this thing go away, you can unmute it. So yeah, I want to talk about what I think, at least from my perspective, of Get Out and what its message is. When I was watching, like, in case you don't know, like, there's a really weird plan with the family, and how basically they get black people, take their brains out, and replace those brains with old people brains, so that like old white people brains, so that the white people can live on mentally within the black body. And this is a very, very fascinating thing that I love about Get Out. Like, because, I mean, first of all, let me just say this. Regardless of whether it's one or the other, it's still unethical. It's still awful what they're doing. Horrible on a human perspective. Like how they're treating human beings. So do not get me wrong. That is, like, ethically, it's horrible what they're doing. There's nothing good about what they're doing. But the question that really makes me think of is this racist or not? Because really, either answer could be correct. I mean, could it be racist that these people are targeting only black people? Yeah, that could be considered racist. But on the other hand, if you wanted to argue that it's not racist, because the reason for this is that they say that black people are physically superior to white people. Like, they're stronger, they have and a lot of other things about them that white people just don't have. So it's really like they appreciate the African American ethnicity. And so you could say it's, I mean, again, unethical. It's wrong what they're doing, like treating people this way. But in a weird way, you could say it's not racist because it's like they want to be black people. I mean, again, I'm not saying which one I believe. I'm just saying if you wanted to argue both sides, you probably could. Like this, God, I love the questions this movie raises. It's just so fascinating. I'm telling you, this is the movie that people are going to be showing in film classes in the future. The questions and morals and visual imagery that Get Out raises are just so interesting. They're just so really, really interesting to think about. And I just love Get Out. This is probably even my favorite movie of 2017. It's just so clever. I love it so much. And of course, I am giving Get Out a 10 out of 10. A lot of 10s out of 10s I've given. 2017 kind of rocked. So, what do you think of Get Out? Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Before I continue, don't forget to vote at the Nerdy Movie Awards. Picking your choices from the nominees, and go to nerdymovieawards.weebly.com. There you can check out the nominees and you can vote on the categories. I really would suggest it because there's some really fun stuff happening, and I'm going to be having a few special guests during the Nerdy Movie Awards. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like, share the video so we can get this channel circulated, and after this message, click this. Do you like my videos? Do you know how hard it is to make my videos? Huh? Do you? Anyways, why not consider becoming a patron on my Patreon? Just $10 a month and you're already contributing so much to me. This way I can help with purchasing Movie Pass every month. I can get new, better equipment. Overall, it just means better videos for you guys. Check out my Patreon, check out the perks, and see if you're interested.